Now, pubs across Britain are pleading for help as soaring costs are forcing them into drastic measures in order to stay afloat. One pub facing the struggle is South Yorkshire's The Old George Inn. The landlords there have had to shut their doors by 9 p.m. most nights as there are so few customers.
That was utterly professional.
And there was a mistake in the...
talkTV correspondent Nick Ellerby joins us now from the inn. Nick, you met the landlords earlier. How do locals feel about the place? You know, this 9 o'clock closure because of costs. I mean, that's the central hub of the local community. The pub in the old days, definitely.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Good morning, and good morning to Nick as well. Yes, these pubs, especially, as you say, where we are in Syke House, in Yorkshire, we're kind of in between Leeds and York and Scunthorpe and Doncaster. You know, places like this, you have to drive quite a long way to find a pub. So they're such important hubs for local communities, for people to meet, to make friends, you know, and network as well. We've been speaking to the owners here, Rosie's here behind the bar today, and she's telling how tough it is. Actually, she said on Wednesday, I think they'd only sold 1 lime and soda by about 6 o'clock, and that was the auntie of one of the staff members. So pubs like this are having to close early, sometimes 8 or 9 o'clock, just to save on costs. It cost them £250 just to open. If they're not getting that money back, then, you know, it's just causing huge stress and leading to places like this closing down. The British Beer and Pub Association said that over 300 pubs closed last year, possibly another 700 by June. So this is developing into a national tragedy. But we're speaking to people here in the Old George in Syke House about how important this place is. And here's what the locals told us about this hub and this community hub.
So I generally think this is the best thing ever to have happened to the village. We've been here about 7 years, but we didn't know anyone in the village. I worked all over the world, my husband worked in Cheshire.
We meet here about once a fortnight on a Wednesday morning, not a Sunday, and have what we call cafe church.
I don't know where we'd meet. You know, maybe the village hall, but it's so nice coming here. It's a lovely atmosphere. No, I think it would be such a shame if we can't come here.
So customers here telling us that, you know, if this place closed down, they don't know where they'd go. We met some ladies from a sewing club that have been in here, and also because the local church, the heating's not working. So they're hosting evenings here as well. So it's so important for the community. We're going to meet a couple of regulars just around the corner. A lovely building here at the Old George. We've got a few of them here in the naughty corner, as you can see, where they like to sit. We've got David, Dodge and Sam as well. David, just tell us a little bit about this place and how important it is to you and your family.
It's very important. We moved here 10 years ago nearly, and we were never considered pub people. But now we're in here several times a week because of the friendships that have been built and the community atmosphere in here. It would be devastating if we lost it now as a focal point for the village.
OK, thanks, Dodge. I mean, companies like this calling out for a bit more help. We spoke to John, the owner, this morning, who'd like a bit more help off VAT. The government is saying, look, they have offered 75% discount on business rates, frozen alcohol duty, but pubs like this are asking for a bit more help. And this business is now diversifying to get more business in. You've got biker nights here, that kind of thing, as well as film festivals over the summer. Sam, just tell us a bit about what goes on here and what kind of crowds that draws in.
Well, one of the things that Rosie and John have really tried to do is diversify. So we've now got a book club here. There are obviously the biker nights, and we've got in May we've got a sci-fi day for the first time. And yes, they're sponsoring my very first film fest here as well. And we also do Doctor Who days and bring writers in. So we're trying, you know, everybody's trying really hard to make sure that this wonderful pub survives.
How would you feel if it went bust?
I'd be absolutely devastated because, you know, this is the heart of the community. When we started coming in here, we found friendship, we found wonderful food, but best of all, the company. I mean, what more could you want?
I mean, you heard it here, like, you know, people just crying out for places like this to stay open. Dodge, just very quickly, what would you do if this place closed?
It'd be like going back in time to COVID. It'd be horrendous. Horrendous. All
right. OK, well, no one wants to go back to that. So fingers crossed the government can help and places like this can keep diversifying. Guys.
Good man, Nick. Nick Ellerby in South Yorkshire as he continues to traverse the United Kingdom. Good man.